Hi, welcome to What's Cooking. I'm Lisa Glickman, and I'm here at the new home of the Cascade Culinary Institute at the Youngers Culinary Center. What a great place this is. Today we're going to be making a savory beef strudel. Now think of this as kind of a twist on a chicken pot pie. It's very savory. It's got the nice crisp buttery puff pastry, and we're using some ground beef. And then I'm going to roll it all into a strudel with some cheese and pesto on the inside. You're going to love this. So I've started off with, I've got about a half an onion that I've cut up pretty small, and I've sauteed it off in some olive oil. To that I'm going to add some roasted red bell pepper. Now I have some piquillo peppers, but you could certainly just use regular red peppers. You could even just use a regular red pepper cut into kind of a small dice. So I'm going to turn that both ways and give it a chop. And then just toss that in with my onions. And from there, just let that saute just for a minute. And then from there I'm going to add some ground beef. Now I have some ground sirloin here, because you don't want to use any beef that has a lot of fat in it. We don't want a bunch of fat running around in our strudel. So I'm using a really, really lean ground beef. So I'm going to put that in with my peppers and my onions and let it get browned off. Okay, now that my ground sirloin is all browned off and all the pink is gone, and I've got the red bell peppers in there and those onions that have gotten nice and caramelized, I'm going to add some ingredients. So here I have some tomato paste. This is probably a tablespoon or so of tomato paste. We're going to throw that in. And then we're going to add some ketchup mayonnaise. Now ketchup mayonnaise is sweet soy sauce. You can find it in a good Asian section or in an Asian market. It's got really nice thick syrupy consistency, and it's really sweet and delicious. You could use regular soy sauce, but this really makes a big difference. Okay, then we're going to add a couple teaspoons of just Worcestershire sauce. So just eyeball that. 1, 2, there we go. A little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're going to add a sprinkling of some fresh nutmeg. Now, nutmeg, when it's already ground, is okay, but I really wish that you'd use the fresh nutmeg because it really has a wonderful flavor. So we're just going to use the nut just like this, and then grate this into our meat mixture. Just once or twice around the pan to give it that nice flavor. Oh, I love the way that smells. It just reminds me of eggnog, the nutmeg. So we're going to let this cook for a little bit, let it thicken and kind of get a little richer and let those sauces blend in, and then we're going to cool it off and come back with our pastry. Okay, now I've done my meat mixture. I've put it in the refrigerator and just let it chill a little bit. You can just chill it at room temperature, but it's nice and cooled off. We don't want that really hot. Now I have my puff pastry. Puff pastry is really easy to find in the freezer section of any grocery store. You can find it near the desserts. Now I'm taking some pesto. Now you can use your own homemade pesto if you were lucky enough to have a bumper crop of that basil this summer. But I'm just taking this pesto and just spreading a nice even layer kind of across my puff pastry. So I'm going to use probably close to about a half a cup. Just give that a nice even spread. Just like that. That pesto, I love the flavor of the pesto with the garlic and the basil. That's going to add some really nice flavor to our strudel. So now we take our meat mixture and we lay that right down onto our pastry. Okay? Just like that. Now we're going to add a couple more things. These are some toasted pine nuts that I'm going to lay right across that strudel. Look at that. It's going to give it some nice crunch and some texture. And now I have some mozzarella cheese. So this you could use fontina, you could use provolone, any kind of melty, gooey cheese that you like. Okay? Now we're going to roll this all up. So you want to fold in the sides like this. And then just carefully roll it on over. Just like that. Now we're going to place it on our baking sheet, and we're going to dust it with a little egg wash. This is just an egg yolk and some cream that I've mixed together. This is going to give it that beautiful, nice, shiny outside, nice and crispy. And the final thing we do before we pop it into the oven is we're going to cut some steam vents because we don't want this to explode. So just like this, just along the edge, just like that. That's just so it doesn't explode. So this goes into a 375-degree oven until it's nice and golden brown, probably about 20-25 minutes. Okay, our strudel has come out of the oven, and look at it, it's so golden brown and beautiful. So we just let this rest a little while, you know, a few minutes before you slice it, and look at that. Look at the pine nuts and the pesto and the pastry. It just looks so delicious. So you just slice this into slices and serve it just like that. A little green vegetable or a green salad with that makes a perfect meal. I'm Private Chef Lisa Glickman. You can find me at my website, lisaglickman.com. And I'm the homegrown chef in every issue of 1859 magazine. You can find it on newsstands or at 1859oregonmagazine.com.